At 9:37 p.m. our beloved Holy Father returned to his Father's house. The Holy Father sat on the throne of St. Peter for 26 years. His message was the word spoken at the beginning of the mission. Do not be afraid. Open the door to Christ. Open the door to his saving power.
Wszyscy pragną świata bardziej ludzkiego.
Everyone longs for a more humane world where everyone can find a place that suits their vocation.
Znaleźć miejsce odpowiadające jego powołaniu.
St. John Paul II was the first pilgrim pope. He made 104 trips, during which he visited 129 countries on all inhabited continents.
To był papież, który nie tylko niósł nadzieję Polakom, nie tylko...
He was a pope who not only brought hope to Poles, not only gave us faith that things could be better, he was one of the co-authors of the fall of communism, but he also said very important words to us and continues to say so after 1989. It was a matter of respecting freedom, understanding what democracy is, honesty and morality in politics.
To była kwestia rozumienia tego, czym jest demokracja.
Throughout his pontificate, he established World Youth Day, which became the largest youth celebration with the participation of subsequent popes. During the first pilgrimage to his homeland in 1979, these significant words were spoken.
Niech stąpi duch Twój.
Let your spirit descend and renew the face of the earth, the face of this land.
Tej ziemi.
Later, he warned Poles against illusory freedom which leads to enslavement.
To jest moja matka ta ziemia. To jest moja matka ta ojczyzna.
This is my mother, this land. This is my mother, this homeland. These are my brothers and sisters. And understand, all of you who approach these matters recklessly, understand that these matters cannot not concern me. They cannot not hurt me.
Nie mogą mnie nie obchodzić. Nie mogą mnie nie boleć.
Even though he devoted his entire life to serving God and above all people, John Paul II became a victim of attacks from politicians and journalists. Last year, TVN broadcast a report in which the Pope was accused of being passive regarding reports of cases of molestation of minors by priests. It caused a lot of controversy. It was based on the materials of the Security Service, which included accusations of unreliable people acting on the orders of the Security Service. Moreover, the events and documents chosen were selective, and the author, Marcin Gutowski, was grossly unreliable.
Te perfidne ataki na Jana Pawła II, które tak naprawdę rozpoczęły się krótko po jego śmierci.
These perfidious attacks on John Paul II, which actually began shortly after his death, have continued with varying intensity over recent years and were perfidious and deceitful. But they showed that certain limits of decency cannot be exceeded.
Z tej strony pokazały w pewnym momencie, że nie można przekraczać pewnych granic przyzwoitości.
It is no coincidence that publications damaging the good name of the Holy Father appeared a few months before the parliamentary elections. And earlier, Sławomir Nitras from the Civic Coalition spoke directly about what should be done with Catholics.
To jest uczciwa kara za to, co się stało.
Catholics need to be filed.
Przywilejów.
In response to baseless attacks against John Paul II last year, a papal march took place on the streets of Warsaw. Over 200,000 Poles took part. John Paul II primarily cared for the weakest, the youngest and the unborn. In his teachings, he emphasized the importance of protecting life from the moment of conception. He spoke and warned against the cult of death.
Nie można stwarzać fikcji wolności.
You cannot create a fiction of freedom that supposedly liberates people. In fact, it enslaves and corrupts them.
A właściwie go zniewala i znieprawia. Jaka wolność?
What freedom? For example, the freedom to take the life of an unborn child?
Życia nienarodzonemu dziecku.
On the 14th of April, the National March of Life will take place in Warsaw under the slogan Long Live Poland.
Za chwilę będziemy mieli tą debatę, która...
Shortly we will have this debate with demands making abortion available on demand. But this is far larger. It concerns the endangered freedom and even independence.
Zagrożonej nawet niepodległości.